Hey, it's Anna's here. Now let me ask you, have you ever felt that urge where you just like have to have something to eat, and you find yourself like opening the cupboards and looking for something to eat, just anything to make that urge go away, that just like desire, you're just like, oh, I just need to eat something, that satisfying, that craving. If you know what I mean, and you find yourself like pacing up and down the kitchen like a tiger on the hunt for more food, or going to a restaurant and constantly just thinking, obsessing about what to eat, what shouldn't to eat, whether to have dessert, not dessert, hoping that he or she will have dessert so that you've got an excuse to have some too, and you just feel crazy around food, obsessed, and in a state where you can't actually enjoy your life, the beauty, the love anymore, because you're just constantly thinking about food and your weight and how to lose the next 20 pounds that you've just gained on after being once again on this crash dieting cycle. And if you want to have some practical tools that you can actually use in those moments where you're just crazy with those cravings, or even in those moments where you're like in the middle of a binge and you feel like you just can't stop, and you need someone to take you by your hand and guide you lovingly out of this binge. Someone who tells you it's okay and actually gives you strategies and tells you what you need to do in order to stop eating in those moments where you feel like you just can't stop eating. If this is you, and if you know what I'm talking about, and you go like, oh yes, this is something what I need, I want to introduce to you the Freedom Toolkit. Look, I've been exactly where you are. I'm going to put my camera down so I can actually really talk to you. Boop. I've been exactly where you are. For more than 10 years of my life, I struggled with binge eating, emotional eating, overeating, undereating, any kind of crazy eating on the spectrum. I've eaten food out of the bin. I've stolen food. I've eaten like food that was way too hot and I burned my mouth just because I just had to have something. And I'm also an addiction psychologist and a therapist and a coach. So I've now combined the psychology of eating, NLP, techniques that actually work to help you get freedom from this food obsession. Now, there are like a zillion of different books out there on how to overcome emotional eating, and you can read for like hours and hours and hours, or watch YouTube videos on what you should be doing and all this. But if you're a little bit like me, you may know all this in your head and you think like, well, I shouldn't be eating sugar and I shouldn't be doing this and this is what I should be doing. But then when shit hits the fans, and when that food gremlin, how I like to call him, is coming up, and you've had a stressful day, or the kids are doing your head in, or you feel really overwhelmed, or in the evening where you may feel lonely and sad, and you just have this lingering feeling that something is missing for you in your life. When the food and when the chocolate and the Doritos are calling you, promising you to make you feel better, to love you up from the inside, to make you warm and cuddly, and just give you like that needed sense of peace and sanity. In those moments, what you really need is actually something practical, something that you can use in that moment to help you move through that, move beyond that, so that you're staying in charge and in control over the choices that you're making. And this is why I've created this toolkit, because I know what it's like to desperately wanting to get out of it, but not knowing what to do and not feeling able to apply the tools that you once read in a blog post. So I've created a toolkit that is divided in 3 parts. Part number 1, it's all about prevention. Preventing that binge, preventing that overeating, preventing that emotional deep dive into the cookie jar. So there you have strategies. You get like printable cards that you can use with strategies on them. You get a meditation. It's like an audio meditation where I will help you to move beyond your craving, to move beyond that feeling where you just have to have something right now or else you're going to explode. Right? So you got to tune into that meditation, and I will take you through a process that by the end of it, you don't want to have any chocolate anymore, right? Then the second part is for when you are in the middle of a binge and you just feel like, what do? I need to stop, but I just can't, and I have this compulsion to keep eating and eating, even though I'm so full and I can't stand up, and I feel like I'm exploding. So you listen to it's not a meditation, it's actually a coaching session where I literally get in your face. I get in between your ears and tell you, now you're going to do this, now you're going to do that. A little bit of tough coaching, but guys, come on, right? And if you're in the middle of a binge, you've got to have someone who's coming in and taking you out of there, right? So this is what I would be doing. And then the third part is also about helping you to step out of this cycle of then going on in that self-scrutinizing, self-criticizing, that feeling of just feeling so disgusted with yourself, and then going like, well, I've already effed up, so I may as well go on now and spend the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a binge, and then I start again on Monday. I start again next month. I start again in the new year, right? You don't have to stay in this for so long. And this meditation is really helping you to come back to a place of love and peace, so you no longer feel shit about yourself. Really that simple. So you get this toolkit with those 3 meditations, right? You also get a beautifully designed journal with coaching prompts, so that you can already start to transform your relationship with food, with your body, with yourself on a deeper cellular level. It's beautiful. You also get affirmation cards that you can print off. You can put it on your fridge. You can put it on your mirror. So it's the first thing that you see in the morning, and remind yourself, get your whole mindset into the space of empowerment and really stepping into your truth. Then there are those blockbuster cards that with strategies that you can use when you feel, you're crazy with cravings. So they're really handy, practical things. Those meditations, you can download them on your phone so you can use them wherever you are. When you go shopping, right, and you've got all your shopping in the bag and you are just finding yourself wanting to eat half of it in the parking lot, put on that meditation, stop it. When you're in a restaurant, when you're out on a barbecue, in social situation, and you feel like you're binging and you can't stop, go to the toilet, listen to the second meditation. So I wanted to create something that you can actually use in the moment, and not just something where somebody's telling you 3 steps to this and 5 steps to that. Well, if you're really, really crazy with food, or in the middle of a food craziness, how I like to call it, it doesn't, you don't care about this. You need something practical, and this is what it's all about. Plus, as a special bonus, you're also getting my recipes, my guilt-free, binge trigger-free recipes there for beautiful desserts. They're just, heaven, right? There's no sugar, no gluten, no wheat, no anything that could possibly trigger you, unless you're allergic to nuts. Then you don't want to eat them, because you're probably going to die, because they're full of nuts. But good nuts, it's good fat. It's good fat. So anyhow, this toolkit is available for you today. It's actually for $147, but because I love you and because I'm so excited about this, and I want everyone to use this, because I don't want people suffering with this food craziness anymore. There's a life to be lived, right? Right now, right here, in the body that you feel freaking good about yourself. So it's only $47. All the details are around this video. Go and get it now. $47, it's like a binge. It's like 2 binges, right? Come on, no investment. It's a no-brainer. And you also get access to this beautiful, beautiful dessert book. Okay, I believe in you, I love you, and I want to remind you that you are so much more than your behavior around food, and that there's a beautiful life to be lived. And you probably already have a beautiful life, but imagine being really, really present, being the role model that you want to be for your children, teaching your children how to deal with your inner world, because this is what it is. Every time you want to move to food, when you don't feel hungry, it's because there's something else going on inside of you. And I'm going into coaching now. Don't need to. This is just me telling you about this awesome toolkit that I really want you to have. Okay, get it now, $47. I think it's like 30 pounds or something. So it's really like a no-brainer. Thank you so much. And I see you on the other side. Bye.